Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg. I hope you guys are ready to unpack and get into some good conversations today.
And I'm Jess, and this is our podcast, Baggage Claim. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Baggage Claim? How's everybody doing today? So excited to be with you today. Thank you so much for checking in with us. If you're new here, thanks for giving us a download and just giving us a chance. Baggage Claim is a place where we hope to create some conversation and some community around relationships, blended families, all that fun stuff in between. If you're a regular here, you know the deal. Grab your favorite drink. We're going to pull up to the table, and we're going to have some fun conversation tonight. So you keep saying,
I know. I'm excited because it's my birthday today.
It is.
That's why I'm saying
It's her
that.
birthday.
Jessica's birthday. So
Happy birthday.
We
Yeah.
gon' party like
It's
your birthday.
Go, shorty.
So it is Jessica's birthday, and she is officially 21 today.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, we are having a good time.
If you hear a new voice in the podcast studio, welcome to the show, our youngest baby child, Erin Grace.
For the first time ever, and
For the
it took us
first time
65
in
episodes to get her in
forever.
here, but
we
she's
did it.
in here.
Hello.
Hey, she's not the
here.
last. You beat Cody and Callie, so there you go.
That's true. That's true.
So you're doing
I
good.
win at something.
Yeah, there you go.
Something.
There you go.
You and your brother in the lead.
So we're excited tonight, but this is a fun topic, a hard topic. It's one that if you're in a blended family, this is so going to hit real for you. If you're not in a blended family, and you're just in a relationship, this still applies to you. But this is going to be ultra blended family tonight.
Yeah,
So it's
it
kind
is.
of, and that's who we are. That's what we're about. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get something out of it. If you do, like, follow, subscribe, all those fun
And
things.
share.
Yeah. Also, too, in the beginning, we always share this at the end. We never share at the beginning.
Okay.
Go to unpacktogether.com.
Yes.
There's an audit there on the main page. Take the audit, see where you kind of line up. And there's a 9-step process. We've kind of developed a framework.
It's weirdly accurate, and that's okay.
Yeah, take it, see where you land. We're not charging you anything for it. We just want to help give you some insight into
A
where you're
starting
at.
point.
Yeah.
If you simply sit back and you say, I want to be better at my relationships, this audit is incredibly helpful to help
Correct.
you know where you stand.
Right. And that's the thing. It's not one of those. Even Erin took it. I
She was
asked
one
Erin,
of our
Like I've
test-
sent it to
test
everybody. I'm like,
patients.
take this and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Because it's really like I want you to have an idea of where you are in the serious relationship you're at.
Yeah.
Whether you're newly married, wherever you're at in that idea, and just so that you have
Just
a
know yourself
snapshot.
better. That's the thing. It's just to know yourself better, what you're working on, what you're working toward.
Right.
Yeah.
So go to unpacktogether.com, take that, let us know what you think, jump on socials, tell us, love it, hate it, whatever it is. We want to hear it all.
Hopefully you don't hate
It's
it.
all good. I hope you don't
Hopefully.
hate it too.
Yeah.
But
Don't tell us if you don't like it.
right, yeah, if you don't like it, just DM us, okay? All right, so Jess, what are we talking about tonight? You want to jump us in? Oh, before we jump in,
Question time.
and so we have
Oh,
our special
that was
guest in the
sad.
studio tonight.
It's so special.
I want to get in a real good voice here. So Erin has our question for us.
Close. Okay.
Yeah. So Erin's going to give us our question for question time today. Go ahead,
Our
Erin.
very special question today is, if animals could text, which species would be the most annoying?
Great question. Thank you for asking it.
You're very welcome.
An interesting question.
Who wants to go first? Because I have one. Does anybody have a
I
response?
don't want to go first because I need a minute.
I mean, I have an answer, 2 answers technically, but I feel like I need to think
How the
more
freak do you have 2 answers to one question?
because
It's one
I
question. Give one answer.
My first thought is from Zootopia. The bunny.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
bunnies were
think-
going to be one of my answers.
Bunnies?
Period. The bunny would be the most annoying.
Why?
Judy?
Okay,
A,
why?
because she's a cop, and B, because bunnies are like on it about
They are little.
everything.
Okay, I
Okay,
was going to say
well-
squirrel.
That was my other one.
Yes.
Squirrel's mine because they're so like,
Yes.
they're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Like a squirrel reminds me of my personality because they're all like,
Yeah.
they're here one second, they're gone the next.
My,
And so it's just going to be very frustrating. If you're trying to do a text, it's going to be very frustrating.
that's true. My answer is birds. Because they never stop talking.
They're like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Mhm.
And that's probably a
But
very
it depends
much
on what kind of bird.
that's a very much teacher point of view. But like birds never stop.
Like,
They
you need
don't.
to
Yeah.
shut up so that I can say something.
Yeah.
That is
They-
true. Remember that day I came in? I was outside and I let the dogs out and they're running in the woods.
You were just walking around the yard
We
trying
live
to
in the
have a
city.
moment.
And they're like, we have an acre and a half in the downtown city area. And our dogs are running around the woods because it's woods. And I was just standing
You're
there
just
watching the dogs.
strolling.
Yeah, watching the dogs run around.
Yeah.
And all I could hear was birds.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
wouldn't shut up
They don't stop.
the
Well,
entire time.
you were a little annoyed that day. So
I was on edge.
you're yeah.
So I came in and I was like, do birds ever freaking get tired of just chirping? Like, do they run out of words? Because it's like they just never shut up the whole time I was out there.
Yeah.
And it's the same one too, because you can hear the like
You hear the tone.
tone. Like you can hear the difference between the two birds.
100%.
And so whenever one talks, you're like, "Are you never not talking?"
Yeah.
That's true.
That's
True.
true.
All right, so I think I have. Well, you both took both of my answers, so now I have to come up with another one.
You don't have to.
Oh,
I was
so
gonna say,
sad.
and this is a little exemplary of my animal knowledge. Is it chimpanzees that are the monkeys in Tarzan that chase Jane around?
Yes,
What's that?
It's chimpanzees. Yeah.
I feel like that would be an annoying animal
Wow.
to text.
That's the most
I think
human-like
they're too
animal.
No, they're so energetic.
smart. Mm.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like it would be like nonstop texting,
It
like
could be.
all day. But then secondly, it would be like if I owned a Chihuahua, because I don't. Because if my dog texted me throughout the day, I'd love that. But like if I owned a Chihuahua and I left, I feel like that Chihuahua would never stop texting me.
I
all
would
day.
agree with that.
I don't know. That's like a golden doodle.
If
Hey, I heard the dog park down the street.
Yeah,
Dog
but a
park
golden
down-
doodle
If
would be chill about it. A
Baxter-
Chihuahua would be like a little hopped up on caffeine, going like, "Hey, what you doing?
I
What you
know.
doing now?"
I know
if
what
you've
you're about to
if you've
say.
ever watched
Yeah.
Secret Life of Pets,
Yes.
you would know that Chihuahua would be that way.
Mhm.
But if Baxter, our golden doodle, who's almost 5,
Yes.
if he could text us throughout the day,
Oh my gosh.
it would never stop.
I don't know. I think I
Hey,
might
mother
take
and
Baxter's
father.
text
I
though.
think he's British, so hey, mother and father.
I think he needs a
Yeah.
monocle and a bow
Hello,
tie.
If I,
He is.
Yeah, he's like, I would like to be given the water, the smart water.
Yes.
He
That'd
is
be like,
a he
"Where's
is
the-
a
where's the water?"
I agree.
he is a miniature petite golden doodle. So he's like a
He's a
whole
little
8
bitty,
pounds.
bitty guy.
Yeah.
He might be 13 pounds,
He
maybe.
doesn't want to
Pushing.
shut up, and he
No,
doesn't.
he's
even speak
very
English.
needy.
If he could
likes
speak
to-
English in real
yeah,
life,
he tries
would.
to speak English.
Yeah.
I wish Bailey would text, and then maybe I could get through to him.
Bailey,
it's only like one
Bailey's
word
not
text.
as bright as Baxter.
It'd just be one word.
If you don't know, Bailey is their other dog that for
Yeah.
some reason
He
has a
would-
very dislike
His
of me.
text would be like nervous.
yeah.
He would send a meme of someone shaking.
Yes, he would.
randomly.
He would.
He's
he would.
so freaking bless
He's
his heart,
my
man.
biggest buddy.
He's that dude. That dude has some anxiety
That's mama's
issues.
boy. Maybe I put my
How did
anxiety
we make him
on
like
him.
that?
I
We
don't-
didn't do nothing to make
I don't
him
know,
like
but he
I
like
didn't do
took on
anything to
Jess's
him.
He
anxiety.
took on my anxiety.
He literally took on
He's
Jess's
so
anxiety.
cute. He
He's-
sees you and he's like, "Oh, I gotta be anxious."
He's my
Yeah.
emotional support dog.
He doesn't like crowds. He doesn't like people.
neither
just like
do
you.
I.
Yes.
Yeah.
So weird.
Get
Well-
nervous when people come over. He barks. Like, yeah.
He'll warm
And
up
he
to
just
you.
stares at you with a side eye.
Same.
There was one Georgia game
I
that I
will
sat down
too.
and fed him half a bag of beef jerky, and he loved me for like a month.
Yeah.
But then I came back over on a Tuesday, and it just was gone, like out of
Same.
nowhere,
That's
just
me.
gone.
That's me.
So
Right.
give you half a bag of beef
Not
jerky,
beef
you're good
jerky,
for a
no.
Georgia game.
Sweet tart
And then-
ropes. That's,
Duly
that's
noted.
Tuesday, you're not gonna
Yeah.
Bring just a bag of beef
Sweet
jerky.
tart ropes. That's the give me a half bag of sweet tart ropes. I'm
Like,
good.
Bailey's beef jerky is your sweet tart ropes. We got it. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to jump into our topic because as much as question time and fun and talking
It's
about our
fun
dogs
and
is,
silly.
this is one of those topics that no one really talks about in blended families because it's so freaking hard and it's so complicated. And I'm going to do this the best we can and honor my kids the best I can, because this is one of those things that's hard to get into this subject and not point fingers at someone else and say, they did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, we did this right, you did that wrong, like back and forth.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what we call this, blame game,
Maybe.
self-pity, whatever it may be. But when you have a relationship or a marriage that ends, no matter how it ends in a
Yeah.
mutual
It just
consent.
ends.
It just ends. Yes. Usually in most circumstances, one person is hurt.
Yeah.
Caused by the other person. Whether that may be infidelity, lying, we just fell apart, we're not in love anymore, blah, 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 blah. So-and-so like somebody else. There's a infinite amount of reasons for
I'll
that.
say, like, my point of view is different. My point of view is rare of how my first marriage ended.
Well, yes.
So some of my statements might be out of the box.
Well, we're coming from different places.
Yes.
Yes. So in that, when we come into, so we leave that past relationship, we step into this new relationship, we bring this baggage of that hurt, that shame, whatever it may be from that past relationship into this new relationship.
We do.
And so what we do so many times is when there's kids involved, when there's not kids involved, divorce and the separation of those relationships is a lot easier.
Yeah.
Not to downplay that at all, but it's
No,
like,
but it is.
okay, you take this, I take that, we're done.
Right.
Let's move on.
Move along.
Yeah. But when you have kids, basically you're saying, I'm going to be connected to this person for another 18 to 19 years of their life. For the rest of their life, I'm going to be connected to that person.
Right.
So there's a significant difference.
Whether you want to or not.
Yeah, it's not what you want. Yeah, it's not about what you want. It's what you're going to do.
It is. Yeah.
You're going to be connected to that person. So in that, usually there's some hurt, there's some frustration, and some pain.
Yep.
But it's also an ongoing hurt,
Right.
an ongoing frustration.
Yes. Yes. It's not a one-time thing.
It is not.
Well, I mean, look at my situation and the divorce I walked through. Like, we didn't have kids. We didn't
Right.
have, so I've not talked to her since we finalized the divorce papers. You know, that's just whatever it is, right, wrong, or whatever. But if you have kids, like, there's a continual relationship.
Oh, there has to be.
Yeah, you can't
completely.
not
Like when
talk
I
to that
got
person.
divorced, there wasn't a week that went by that I didn't talk to my ex because I had to.
Yeah.
Because we're swapping kids. And we would swap kids on a certain day every day. And it's like, when are we going to meet? What time are we going to meet?
And then there's schedules and
Yes.
vacations.
Hey, we're
and-
doing this, we're doing that. We have to do this. So
holidays.
there's
Yeah.
constant communication.
Yeah.
And so there's so many levels of, and this is what we do so many times. And this is probably I would say this is the most destructive thing that happens in blended families. If we could solve this, oh my gosh, we could make so much of life easier.
Yeah.
Is that you take say you were cheated on. Say you were lied to, whatever. Your husband just said, I'm done with you. I don't love you anymore. And he's leaving.
Right.
You feel hurt, you feel abandoned, you feel frustrated. So what you take is all of that hurt unwillingly, and you push it onto the kids because you want the kids to be like, you need to be pissed at your dad because your dad doesn't love you
you
anymore.
need to feel bad for me because this, that, and the other.
Your dad walked out on us.
And
He
I
doesn't
want
love
you
us.
to see me as a victim. And I want you to make sure you are like championing my cause.
Yeah, and so for some reason we've as adults, we find this childish behavior as finding these kids, the teenagers, and pushing our hurt and our emotions and all those things on our kids so that they feel the same way about that spouse that you feel.
So that your feelings are validated.
Yes, it's all like when you stop and think about that, that is all 100% about you and how you feel and what you want. It has nothing to do with what's best for the kids.
There's nothing to do with thinking about how your children need to feel in that process.
Right.
Yeah.
Like to look at that and step back and go, okay, what's best for my kids? what's best for them in the relationship with, not just with me, but their relationship with their dad or their mom outside of this. Like what's going to be the best for them versus what's best for me to feel validated.
And what I feel like it's hard to see is also not like what you just said, but then what is that going to do to my children in the process of how they view their own relationships
Right.
moving forward in their lives?
Yes, because it does make a difference.
It 100% does.
Because here's the beauty and the scariness of raising kids. Your kids will literally be the best of you. They will take the best of your traits, and then they'll take the worst of your traits, and they will exemplify. They will magnify both of those.
They will.
So all the things that you push onto them, they're taking, and that's going to become who they are and how they think about life, how they think about significant other, all those things in between. Would you agree?
And
Disagree?
relationships, how they think about relationships, doing life with other people. Like even developing relationships, not just necessarily boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever, but as they become adults, how they view relationships with us, our own selves, and their siblings. And like it's exponential, the ramifications of that.
So I get it though. As an adult, you're hurt, you're frustrated, you're pissed. I'm just mad that so and so did this to me, so therefore I want them to feel the same pain that I felt.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say these things.
I need somebody to get in the boat with me.
Right. And that's all it's about. It's about I need other people in my boat that agree with me, see life the way I do, see things the way I do. I just want that.
Yeah.
Agree, disagree?
I agree, 100%.
So as a blended family, sorry, I'm a little stuffy. Did you hear that little snort in the nose there?
Snort.
We did. We did.
Snort.
Little snort in the nose.
Maybe I gave you my cold I had
I
a
think you
couple
did.
days
It's
ago.
just sinus scrap.
Yeah.
So-
Ooh, they're sharing cold.
Ew.
They're kissing.
So how do we really how do we manage this? Like, what does this look like
Yeah.
in real life scenario? Because we walked through this,
You have?
I mean, for years and years and years and years and years. Like, how do we manage this in a way that's helpful? And Aaron, our special guest in the studio, feel free to interject at any point to go, ooh, hey, I have something I want to add. I have something I want to say.
Okay.
Feel free to jump in at any time while we're chatting.
And I'll say one of the things that we agreed upon, you and I, early on, because there's a whole web of complications with our relationship. Not complications, but layers. There's just a lot of layers.
Baggage, if you will.
Baggage,
Hey,
if you
thank
will.
you, Erin.
Thank you, Erin. But one thing that we have said forever and ever and ever, it's only weird if you make it weird.
Yeah, that's true.
And
And we're all on the same team.
we are, thank you. That's a phrase that our children hate because no matter what conversation we were having or what, like,
Me
hard.
and my sister would be arguing for hours, and y'all would make us say, "You are all on the same team."
Yeah,
we are
we're
on
on the same team. Well, I would say the oldest, Callie, she hated that phrase the most. And then there was one year for Christmas, I had a friend of mine made her a shirt that said it's "We're all on the same team," and she opened it. She just looked at me.
She never wore it either.
No, she never wore it. But that's just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
It's just weird if you make it weird. No matter how you got to where you're at in your blended family, it's just
Because who's to say what's weird and what's not weird?
right.
Like, who's setting that standard?
It's completely objective.
Right.
Right.
Like, who sets the standard? Like, who cares if it's weird? Like, this is where we're at. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, this is literally what brought us here
Right.
and what we're dealing with on a daily basis. And
Yeah.
it's not going to go away.
No, it never goes away.
No. No.
You just address it and move on.
Yeah,
Where were you going with the statement? You're about to say, I thought you were about to lead up to something.
I don't think so.
Oh. literally thought you were going somewhere with
I
that.
don't think so.
Well, if I can even address this, talking about how you're talking about your ex and other things like that, I think it, on my perspective, because I'm not in the blended family life like y'all are, but I see this outside of the blended family so many times as well, because I think as humans, we find satisfaction in speaking bad about others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even forget whether it's an ex or not. I mean, that's definitely, I think that is a big thing because it's so easy to do and it's so recurring.
Yeah.
Right.
And just the consistencies of life schedules, all of that. It's just easier to do. But how many times do you come across that in a workspace?
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
How many
want
times
someone
do you
to
come
know.
across that in friend groups?
Yeah.
The moment one person leaves, boom, we start talking about them.
But the word that keeps coming in my mind over and over again while we're chatting about this, just even right now, is validation.
Yes.
We're seeking validation. And a lot of times when it comes with an ex or a blended family or you versus them or what I went through versus you went through, you're just trying to find validation in your feelings.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 But then, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You can
No,
finish
you're
your
fine.
thought. No, my thought is, what quality of validation do you get from that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I would even argue the point of, if you're confident in yourself and the choices you make and the reason why you do what you do in life,
Yeah.
why do you need validation from others?
And then when it comes from the perspective of me as the child of, if it comes from my perspective as the child of someone who, my mom lost her husband from something that was unforeseen, and we have not had that relationship ever since I was 6 years old, as him as my father.
Mhm.
But then having now my dad, having a relationship with someone who is completely different,
Yeah.
having to learn that and what that looks like.
Right.
I didn't know what that was like. My only knowledge of divorce was from your parents.
Yeah,
Mom,
that's true.
Was from your
Yeah.
mom and dad. That was
That's
my
true.
only knowledge of divorce. But knowing it from a perspective from you, Dad, made it completely different from what it looked like to me.
Do you feel like you had to learn that different is not bad?
Yes. I think that the fact that, for example, Dad's ex-wife worked at my school.
Yeah, that was
And
weird.
I had to see her almost every day of my junior year and senior year of high school when I had an art class on her hall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, knowing it's different, but
Mhm.
that doesn't necessarily mean bad.
Right.
I would agree with
It
that.
means it means that I have to learn something as a 14, 15, 16-year-old that I never thought I would have to learn before.
Right.
Because something was true. Like she never badmouthed you.
She was nice to me. She
Yes.
was overly nice to me.
Mhm.
She
Right.
would
Mhm.
pull me aside in the hallways and be very nice to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And I was confused about it, if I'm being honest. I was
Yeah.
confused. I'm like,
Right.
I'm the child of your ex-husband's new wife. You're
Yeah.
being nice
Yeah.
to me, but she was a very nice woman, and it was a hard dynamic to learn.
Right.
But then learning that different is not bad always.
But
That-
why?
Go ahead, Michael.
I'm sorry. I feel like I keep cutting you off. I'm not trying to.
It's
I had
really
I had a
fine.
thought just
It's fine.
trigger. Why do we feel like different is bad though? Because
That's
you
a
look
great
across the
question.
scope of society, and that's everything.
Yeah.
I mean, talk
Because
politics,
it doesn't
talk
it-
interest.
It doesn't
talk,
feel. I would think it doesn't feel normal, and
Yeah.
who's to say what normal is?
yeah,
But
Yeah.
because if you actually look at that in the scope of a family, what is a normal family in America?
Mhm.
Guys, that's nuts. Like I don't know what's
Yeah.
normal.
there's
Like,
not
who's-
a normal anymore.
right. It's
No,
like
there's
who's to
not.
say what that is? But it
and
just
I feel like, I don't mean to interrupt you. We're interrupting each
We're
other.
just
We're
all
doing a good
around
job
it.
of that
Go
today.
for it. Pass it. Pay it forward.
But I
Apologizing.
feel like just the actual, literally the word different has become a negative word.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
absolutely.
You're so different. Like,
And it's
okay.
it's not though. Different
Right.
is not bad.
no.
It just means not the same of what I'm used to.
Well, I like different. I like different because different means that we're on an uncharted path.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like when we're on something different, like that means we're not following into the everyday run of the mill.
And I can learn,
kind of stuff, and I
learn
like
and
that.
adapt.
Well-
But people don't like to adapt.
no, we're not.
We don't like to.
Mm-mm.
No, I'd agree with that. I'd
I
agree
feel
with
like
that.
humans, we think that we're meant to lead a certain path our entire lives, and then as soon as we have to change that route that we think that we're meant to lead to, I think that's when we freak out.
And it feels
Yeah.
bad.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
not a comfortable feeling at all.
No.
No, but that, again, that doesn't mean it's bad. Just because it's uncomfortable, which is also taken on a very negative.
But that's also
Tone.
but that's also the place we grow the most.
Man, that's
It
where
really
the most
is.
Man,
growth
when we're
happens.
uncomfortable and we're pushed, that's when we grow the most.
Change means growth.
Yeah,
That's
it does.
really
100%.
uncomfortable does not always have to be a negative connotation.
I
I think
agree.
that is a very big misconception that uncomfort does not mean negative.
I
Right.
agree.
And y'all have taught me that throughout my entire life. That
Yeah.
uncomfort does not equal
Negative. It
Right.
doesn't.
and this doesn't dismiss. I mean, we're talking about things that are different, you know. And if you want to compare this, and I'm not trying to get off a rabbit trail, but I'll make this quick. Like, if you want to get off on different of morality,
Yeah.
right? Say someone wronged you, or someone wronged someone else, or someone is doing something that is obviously wrong. They may not be breaking the law. They may not. It's just maybe how they live life, how they treat others, whatever. You can still sit down, acknowledge
You
that,
can.
and still be able to love someone.
You can, even if you don't agree.
You can still disagree.
I mean, we felt that on a personal level. And a friend that we had that I worked with a long time ago, he had an alternative lifestyle.
Yeah.
And when he and his husband got married, because we were so invested in him as a person, he invited us to their wedding reception. And we're like, we will be there because
Mhm.
we just genuinely love this man.
yeah.
But we were out of town. We couldn't go ultimately.
One of the
However,
best people I've ever known in my entire life, by the way.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
but
Awesome
the
people.
fact
Mhm.
that we supported them as a couple because they were different, I got a lot of, the only word that keeps coming to mind is persecution. That feels really heavy,
Yeah.
but a lot of questions about how do you believe this in your heart
Mhm.
versus support this couple. Like, it's okay that he's different than me. I
'Cause
love him.
It doesn't
because
mean you
he's
have to
him.
hate him because he's different.
This is what I find interesting too about families. Like when a couple gets divorced, one couple usually just wants to spew hate on the other person.
Oh,
Yeah.
Completely. Like, I want the worst for them. I hope they find a guy or a man or a woman and they treat them the same way they did me and they just
I hope they
crap
learn what
on
that
them
How
and
you,
feels
everything.
like.
how you find them is how you lose them.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
like, I
common
hope
term.
everything goes
That's
horrible
true.
for them. And I'm like, what kind of
Why?
mindset is that? Like,
Yeah.
why are you just spewing hate on someone? Like, wouldn't you want to? And I get it. Like, dude, I'm telling you, I understand it
Mhm.
1000%.
Well, it's our emotions. It feels like it's everything that surrounds us and encompasses us in that moment.
Yeah, but for us though, it's we were sharing your two children with her still.
Yes.
Why would we not want the best for her?
Mhm.
So then when they were not with us, they still had the best for them,
Yeah.
Yeah, my thought was,
which is
in
a
that-
product of the best for her.
My
Yeah.
thought
Like-
in that was, is I wanted her to be the healthiest version if she could.
Healthy and happy.
Yeah, I wanted her to be the best version that she could. The guy she met, I wanted to be the best version because that dude's going to be speaking into my kids' lives.
Yeah.
He's going to be a part of my kids' lives. So I want to be like, I want the best for that person. Why in the world would I speak trash about them?
Yeah, why would you wish ill
Mhm.
upon her? Because that means you're wishing ill upon what your kids were going through when
But
they're not
I can
with
tell you
us.
why we do that because we are incredibly selfish human
Yeah.
beings.
'Cause
And that's the
ultimate-
truth of it.
Well, and it's also, are you looking 5 minutes ahead of you, or are you looking 5 years ahead of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because ultimately,
What's
at
your
the end of the
scope?
day- yeah. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if you wish ill will upon that person, their whole life affects your children.
It sure does.
that
Well,
does
like,
not mean that it affects your life.
Forever.
Yeah, that does not mean that it affects you directly. At the end of the day, that
Yeah.
means it affects your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
That's more important.
Yeah.
And I would agree with that. I think that's looking at the short term versus the long term game. Like when you're saying that stuff to your kids,
It feels good in the moment.
are you
man.
saying it to them about that other
Oh,
spouse?
yeah.
Those are the things that are taking root in them. And that's how they're going to see relationships. That's going to see other people. And it makes a huge, huge impact on who they're going to marry,
Yeah.
who they're going to date,
Yeah.
what they're going to do going
What
forward.
family's going to look like for them,
Yeah.
what their goals are.
Like your kids are taking the best of you and the worst of you and becoming that. And that's the scariest part of all
It
of
is
raising
scary.
kids, especially in a blended family, because you come with that frustration,
You
that
come
anger,
with baggage.
a lot of baggage. And if you don't unpack that in the right place,
You don't
And the
claim it.
unpacking it is not unpacking it on your kids.
I love what you just said. If you don't unpack it in the right place,
Right.
that
Yes.
we're not saying that baggage does not exist.
No, it exists.
Or that you have to ignore it.
Right.
you shouldn't ignore it.
I love that because like you and I had a lot of baggage to unpack from both
and you didn't
of
understand my baggage, and
I
I didn't
did
understand
not.
yours.
I
didn't. I didn't. We didn't understand each other's, and
No.
I knew I needed to respect yours, and I needed to respect you, and I needed to respect TJ because I was like, I'm never going to step into this marriage and act like TJ
he
wasn't
didn't
here.
exist. Yeah.
Like that's dumb on my part, and it's
Right.
stupid to treat Aaron and Thomas like TJ wasn't there.
Right.
That's just dumb. Like, and then one is disrespectful to him,
Right.
is disrespectful to them. But in the same sense, I'm like, okay, how do we move forward in a respectful way for you, for them, in that? So it
as well
honors
as
them.
teach your children about where they came from.
Right.
Because like Aaron said, I mean, your ex was a teacher at their high school. And I mean, she was just present always.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
she was just there. Like you can't deny her existence. And so, like you said, like we can't deny that TJ was a person and that's where that's where we all came
Right.
from. And I love that. You can't pretend like that baggage does not exist.
If you do, that baggage just gets heavier and heavier.
It does.
and heavier.
I love
And
that.
you just keep dragging it down the road. You're dragging it along with you, and it just doesn't get any lighter
yeah.
until you decide to unpack
Ooh.
it.
That's so true.
So,
And on top of that, because this is something that I studied in leadership and in ministry, margin in your life is everything. Margin. So being able to have a headroom, having more than what you need, right? So if you look at finances and your bills come in at, $3,000 a month, margin means you make $5,000 a month or more, right? You've got headroom. If something happens, you've got extras. Our emotions are the same way. Our
Yes.
mental health is the same way.
But I'll tell you, as you involve kids in this specific scenario, the margin changes
Oh, I'm sure. I can't
Like,
imagine.
according to what the situation is, according to what Aaron can memory pops
Then
up.
imagine what it
or-
is if you're
Yeah.
carrying all this baggage over
Because
and over
here's
and
the
further
thing.
and further down the road. Your margin is less and less.
here's the thing: you want to feel justified in your feelings.
Mhm.
You want to feel like I was wrong, so I want everyone to know that I was wronged, and I want to feel justified in the way I think and the way I feel. But when you become a part of a blended family, you got to unpack that in the right place. Because for me, what came first
Mhm.
is I had Jess, had Callie, I had Thomas, I had Cody, and I had Aaron. Those people came way before me. Like those people came before I did.
Mhm.
Like, and I unpacked my stuff, but I didn't unpack my stuff on them.
Mhm.
In that, like it had to be somewhere else. And sometimes, like, was I frustrated? Was I mad? Was I
100%.
upset about things that happened? 1,000%.
Yeah.
I didn't do that in front of my kids, and I never
No.
would ever.
Yeah.
I never ever spoke bad about my ex in front of my kids. I just did
We
not.
were very, very, very mindful of that.
Yes, I was like, I'm not gonna. If you're doing
Whether
that
or
now,
not it-
stop. I'll just tell you that. Just stop doing
Stop
that.
it.
Yeah, don't do that. It's
It
not
might feel
helpful.
good for you, and it will. It will feel good
Oh,
for you.
100%
to
will feel
speak
good.
ugly about your ex. And stop it.
Yeah, it's not.
It
one
does
is-
nothing but hurt your children
It's gonna hurt you.
immediately and in the long run, and ultimately it will hurt you back.
Yes. And so
Stop it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's just a selfish response to you being hurt and wanting to be justified. So,
Well,
just
So
because
do it.
there's
you've
even-
used the word justified, and I like that word. And earlier I used the word validation. What's the difference between those?
I don't know. I don't know if there is a difference.
I
I
have
think
an
they're
opinion.
relatively the same.
I think
I
that-
don't.
I think that justified is that you think that is that you I'm new to this that you think that something that you do is true and that is the reason that you are doing something, and that
Mhm.
validated is you are looking at someone else to tell you that is the reason that you are doing something is true.
That's
Does
true.
that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, well that's a
So
long.
validation is looking for someone else's
Yes,
approval
and,
in that.
and yes.
Okay.
I don't know
Gotcha.
if I all the way agree with that. Validation for
That's
me feels like I want somebody to look at me and say, I understand why you feel the way you feel.
Mm-hmm.
But when you say I want to feel validated,
Okay.
No,
are
no,
you-
no. Wait. Let
Okay.
me finish my thought.
And I will wait.
Okay. Validation means I want you to tell me that why I feel what I feel is truth for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to be on my team. I want you to
But
be
do
like,
you not?
no, that's what justified is.
Can I?
Justified in my head
I disagree
is
with that too.
I understand the way you feel with you, and I'm going to get on your team about it.
So you can have both,
Yes.
and they're different. So here's
agree.
in my
Okay,
mind,
let's
it's just
unpack
clear.
that. I want to hear that.
Ooh, unpack it.
Validation.
Period.
Ayo. Validation, I feel, is more along the lines of your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, I want someone else to agree why I feel the way I feel.
Yes, because when you're emotional about it, you don't always want to be rational about it. I feel
Okay,
like the
time out. So this is where
part.
we get to justification. I feel like
You
justification
said yeah,
is saying,
Aaron, but you just
I'm
said
agreeing
that.
with him.
I want you
Not
to.
you.
Bro.
So validation is how you feel. Justification is how you're acting.
Ooh. Okay.
So for example,
Okay.
yeah, give me some examples of
so
that.
for example, when you're walking through divorce,
Mhm.
a lot of your emotions are completely validated.
Absolutely.
100%.
They're your emotions. First of all, who's to tell you that you and your emotions are wrong? You're the one who's walking through it. You're the one who's feeling what you're feeling. You're validated in your emotions and your feelings. Now, the next step,
That's what I just said.
and I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Whisper, whisper.
But the next step is, what do you do with those emotions?
Where the justification comes
Just because my brother ticked me off and I want to punch him in the face doesn't mean I should be justified in punching him in the face.
Okay.
in. Okay. Aaron
Aaron.
has her hand raised.
Okay.
Hands up.
I say that justification is
Mhm.
you are convincing yourself of
Oh.
something that you think is true. So you give yourself a fact in your head and you give yourself reasons, right? Validation is something you look at someone else and they
To say,
validate
yes, that's
your
true.
feelings.
So you saw it in the
Correct.
reverse of what I saw it.
Correct. I think justification, you're
Okay.
like, I'm justifying this because, say, okay, I want to eat something that's unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm justifying this because I think that I deserve it because it's my 40th
I've had a tough day.
anniversary.
I've had a tough day and
Yes.
I ate a salad this
Correct.
Well,
morning.
for example, we have an Oreo ice cream cake in the freezer right
Period.
now.
For
that as
my
soon as this
birthday.
episode is over, we're going to
Yeah.
cut it open, and that is fully
So,
justified.
Yes, so I'm justifying.
Yes,
say-
because it's my birthday. You only
Yes.
turn 48 times.
So for me, I'm justifying eating that Oreo cake because it's your birthday and I know that I should.
Okay.
Right.
I'm being validated that I should eat that Oreo cake because your birthday is happening and you said that I need to eat that cake because it's your birthday.
Ooh. So literally
very
you thought of
interesting
it
perspective.
backwards
The
of what I
exact
said.
opposite, yes.
I think this just, and I love these kind of conversations.
Yeah.
We don't know everything.
We don't.
No.
We don't.
know.
We don't have
We
answers,
don't.
but this
Little
is
to nothing.
this kind of communication is what is so helpful for bringing about perspectives in your own mind.
Yeah.
When you're caught up in your emotions, when you're caught up, or maybe you had a big old venting session and you did all the things that we're saying we probably
Right.
shouldn't do, right? Well, I don't know about you, but I self-analyze and I'm like, oh man, I probably shouldn't have said that, you know, or oh man, hey, what would have been different had I not said that, or if
Yeah.
I'd have said it this way instead. That's the kind of thing we're trying to bring to mind right now.
Yeah.
Here's
Well, and I'm sorry, I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
put you on the spot because it's an emotional story. But moving towards the unpack part,
okay.
one of the biggest things that you did in validating / justifying my personal children's point of view and us blending the family is when you brought TJ's toolbox to our shared home
Mhm.
and you left the artwork that
It's,
the
it's actually
kid-
still in
and
there.
it's still there.
Yeah, after 14 years, it's
Literally
still,
14 years later,
still
still there.
pictures, still Yeah, all the
But
stuff.
you left those things there to, I mean, honestly, validate his existence
Mm-hmm.
rather than pretend like it didn't happen.
Right. 'Cause
I could have done the same thing
Yeah.
with your children and pretend like their mother never existed and this is our family.
Well,
This is my family.
that's what we do in blended families so much,
right.
because we want to be like, I want this happy, pretty family, but we don't want to acknowledge the past
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and the hurt and the hardship that came with that.
Right.
You'd be like, we got here through a lot of trials, through a lot of storms,
A lot of
through a lot of
trauma.
hurt, and we're here. And for us not to validate that,
It's
it's
stupid.
kind of it's kind of ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Well, is it easy for me? Not in the beginning,
No.
but I will tell you, it got easier the more I did it.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
that means more to me as the child than you think it does. If I'm being
Yeah.
honest, something as insignificant as a toolbox with tools that are rusted and don't even open, you need WD-40 just to
Yeah.
get them
Well, and
cranked open.
and your baby tiny handprint is on a piece of paper sitting in
Yes.
that toolbox now.
Just to get them cranked open, you need WD-40 that was stuck in our shop for 4 years. You know, when we had 6-pack projects, you use that
God,
WD-40.
Whoa, throwback files.
You use that WD-40 just to crank it open. You know what I mean?
Because your
Yeah.
daddy would have loved that you were
means
doing
more
stuff.
than you think it does. That we use that WD-40 to crank open that tool to use them for 6-pack projects.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
And
it's
I
that
think- but-
acknowledgement, that validation.
I'm validating your feelings.
Thank
right
you
now
so
is
much.
what I'm doing.
But the thing for me is, I went into, and I told Jess this, and luckily she felt like she agreed with me.
Mhm.
It's like, I'm not going to share with Callie or with Cody. I'm just not going to share with them anything that happened
The
until they
ugly
ask me.
parts until
Like,
they
I'm not
ask.
going to share the ugly parts,
Yeah.
the dark parts.
Mhm.
And man,
I
it
know.
was what, 15 years later?
Wow.
I'm with Callie, and I just, sorry.
That's okay. This
I
just
can't imagine it
proves-
was easy.
With Greg's emotion, the raw emotion, it just proves to you how many years later and the deeper the relationships get, it does not get easier.
No, I took it on the chin a lot
You have.
as being, I don't have to be the good guy. I can be the bad guy. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do what's right. And sometimes
And you're
doing
going to
what
love
right.
your babies. That's what you're
Yeah,
going to do.
it means I'm going to take it on the chin. So I went down and spent 4 days with Callie. Charles was going on a trip.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Callie's our oldest child, and Charles is her husband.
yes, and she's in Pensacola. So I went down and I was like, it's 5.5 hour drive.
Mhm.
Drove down there and was like, I'm going to spend 3 days with you. We'll do whatever. One night, and she's, bless her heart, I love her to death. We were out and she's like, do you want to have a bourbon and a cigar?
Our little mother hen.
Our oldest, like she's
She's always taking care of somebody.
yes,
Always.
she's
Whether
the
that be
mother
a
hen of the
pet,
group.
Whether that be plants, whether that be
And-
her sewing project, she's taking
Yes.
care of something.
Yes.
Yeah. One
And
of my,
so-
just a sidetrack, one of my favorite mother hen memories of her taking care of everybody. We were in an aisle in the grocery store, and I had all 4 kids with me by myself. And Erin has always been a free spirit. And then she was probably 8 or 9, and Callie told Erin, "There's glass here. You cannot be doing your fancy dance moves here on this aisle in the grocery store."
Which means Aaron
So-
would dance and jump around,
Yeah,
spin.
our little free spirit. So,
But it was
anyway,
only like last year
it was last year. Yeah.
that Callie said, I have some questions about some things that happened. And I was like, okay, I'll tell you as honest. I'm an open book. I'll tell you
Mhm.
whatever you want to hear.
Mhm.
The good, the bad, the ugly. And we just had probably a 2-hour conversation about stuff that happened 15 years ago that she's been thinking about carrying around. But I always said, I don't care if I'm the bad guy. I don't care if I'm talked trash about, if I'm done. I'm not going to do that in return. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that person.
Mhm.
I'm going to do what's right. And what's right is I'm going to honor
Their
our
mother.
kids and I'm going to honor their mother.
Yeah.
Period. Now, no, I'm not going to say anything bad about that. I'm not.
Mm-mm.
And so we're we should get to unpack because we're 42 minutes
Yeah.
into this session. So
I mean,
I'm telling
I feel like
here's
you
my
kind
one
of
advice.
unpacked it right now. I
But
feel
here's-
like you did.
This is my one thing to you, and I would tell you, if you're in a blended family right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you're in a situation, you're hurt, you're frustrated. I don't know if your husband, if your wife, or whoever it is, cheated on you, left you, did whatever to you. You have hurt, you have pain. I'm not saying
And
that
that's
doesn't exist.
That's real.
Yes, it's okay. Deal with that.
Yeah. Whether it's
Don't
validated or
unpack that.
justified, whatever word you want to
Do
use.
not unpack that on your kids.
Do not.
And do not put that on your kids.
Hmm.
This is not about them. They didn't ask for this. They didn't want this.
Mm-mm.
This is about you dealing with you and the stuff you went through to become the healthiest version of who you can be
Yeah.
so that you can lead your kids in the best way that you can.
To be
That's
the
what this is
healthiest
about.
that they can be.
Yeah, that's all this is about. It's not about you being justified, you feeling what else word would you?
Don't poison your kids against the other parent.
Justified, what'd you say?
Oh,
Validated.
Validated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whether you want to feel
Validated.
validated or justified, it doesn't matter. Go see a coach,
Yeah.
go see a counselor, go see someone to help you work through that
Mhm.
so that you don't put that stuff on your kids because you're putting something on them that they will carry for years and years and years. And it's totally unfair to them.
And it's not about you.
No.
That's the bottom line. It is not about you.
no.
In the most
No matter-
simplistic,
Go ahead.
in the most simplistic terms, it's this: you're taking adult struggles
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
and you're putting and throwing them onto
Putting them
the
on
kids.
babies that
Yes.
have no business
And
carrying that.
absolutely
I think
none.
I think a crazy way that shows the effect that both of you had on me, being in a weird perspective, being in a relationship with someone who has a child,
Mm-hmm.
that made me be so much more mature than I ever would have been.
Because it's not about you.
It's not about me.
Yep.
It's about that baby.
Mm-hmm.
She's the only one that matters in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about me. I don't get to have an opinion. I don't get to think anything.
That's true.
I'm
Yeah.
not the person who's the parent.
You got to keep the focus where it belongs.
Exactly.
And it's not about you.
Wow. Okay, that's well said.
Yeah,
And that's your unpack, my friends.
it is.
Like that's your
Boom.
walk away. If you want to, let me tell you something you can do this week. Just stop and think about before you make a statement,
Mm-hmm.
before you do something, go, is this to validate myself or justify myself? Or is this to make somebody else, my kids, feel better?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the simplicity of this whole talk, this whole episode. And I know it sounds simple, but damn, go
But
do
that's
it.
the hardest
Just
part.
freaking go do it.
The
Sounds
instructions are simple. The path is
Oh my
hard.
gosh, yeah, bro.
Man.
I understand it. I told someone the other day, I was meeting with a guy. We were talking about blended family. He goes, "What was one thing you would tell me about leading a blended family?" I was like, "It's not
It's
about
not about you.
I was like, "If that's the one thing, write that on your mirror and read it every day. It's not about me."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Because bro, it's not about you.
Tattoo it on your on your
Yeah.
arm if you have to.
It's so real, and so just live it.
Yeah.
And it's a tough road. I'm not saying it's not, but it's a road you got to walk down.
The words "just live it" are easy, but living it is not easy, and we know that.
100%.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us with this episode, everybody.
Wow, you just wrapped.
Look at me.
Look at you, Jeff.
me.
Look at you,
Blank
Jeff.
done.
Look
So-
at me.
Again, we'll go to unpacktogether.com, take the
Yes.
audit, and there you can find our podcast there. You can find free resources
If
there.
you made it this far in the podcast, we have merch.
Yeah, thank you. We do have merch on our site, so go on the site,
Yep.
check it out.
Mhm.
Help support us so we can keep going. We have all those things. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, there's a place where you can send us a text. Click that, send us a text. Say something you want to say. Leave us a review. I don't just do something.
Good,
Like
bad,
engage with
ugly,
us.
I don't
In
care.
some way, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have some fun with
They
us. 'cause-
deserve it, let me tell you.
Oh,
So we're
your little baby child.
we're 65 episodes in and still rolling strong. I want to encourage you. Last week we had a really, really fun couple on here.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
gosh,
Richard
yes.
I
and
love
Nibia.
them.
Yeah,
They're
go
my favorite.
I wish
go
you could have
check
been here for
out that
Richard
episode.
and Nivea Conley.
I think it was episode 65.
Yeah, we
maybe?
shared
It's
that
episode
information
65,
today.
Yeah, go check out episode 65. They're
We
a
are
lot of
all
fun.
very proud of that
Love
episode
them.
and love them to
Yeah,
pieces.
fun couple. But we're gonna have new couples coming on. We're gonna have new people coming on guests as we go.
Mhm.
Just trying to grow our audience. So thank you guys. Like, subscribe, share, do all those fun things, to do and pass it along. And we just want to say thank you. Thank you for Aaron for being here. It took you a little while to sit in here, but thank you. It's been awesome having you. Anything else to add?
I don't think so.
No?
Go Dogs.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Dogs.
as always,
Go
go dogs.